Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a acid gain video, so let's crack on with it. So there's a couple of things we want to get before we proceed. One of those is make sure you have a healthy amount of ammo, couple thousand, 3,000-4,000 ammo, depending on your gun. I don't know what you're using, but make sure you have a comfortable amount of ammo. Second, you're going to need a certain food. It's definitely going to help your acid gains. So if we just go over to our mimetic by pressing O, and we're going to go over to the infrastructure tab. Not the infrastructure tab, I'm sorry. It is the logistics tab, tab number 3. And we're going to be scrolling down to the giant number. Where is it? 4 transcendency, and we're looking for dishes 3. Okay, so you want to unlock dishes 3. Once you unlock dishes 3, a recipe will be craftable, that being the preserved deviated chops. And as you can see here, the perk is used to increase acid gain by 50% when defeating deviants. Very important for this, and you're going to see why in a moment. So here we are in the farming grounds, that being the spider boss. The spider boss is at the Mirage monolith, and if you haven't been following the MSQ, then definitely get to it. But either way, it's going to be the spider boss, and you're going to see what I mean as the fight progresses. So you're going to see us right at the beginning of the fight. There's not going to be a lot going on, but as the fight progresses, it's going to start getting more and more insane, and it's going to get pretty chaotic, and you'll see that here in a bit. So the trick here is to not shoot the boss. So you can see here, I'm here with my wife. She's my wing lady, and she is going to be reaping some of the rewards as well, and we're purposely not shooting the boss. I'm going to just tag it up a little bit just to try to get the aggro off my wife, but the idea here is we're not killing the boss. And you can already see that there's some loot popping on the ground. There's going to be a mix of acids and scrap. Now, if you don't have the food popped, I believe the amount of acid you get is roughly 1 every time an acid procs on a loot pile. But with the food, you get 3. And I'm going to show you how much acid I get at the end of this. Now I am obviously going to speed up a lot of this fight because I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes of me and my wife shooting spiders, but I just wanted to sort of throw in a little bit of commentation during this fight right at the beginning, just sort of giving you an idea. Now my wife here, she put down some turrets. Definitely be careful with turrets because they shoot eggs and they will destroy eggs, which is not what you want. You want as many eggs on the field as possible. Basically, each egg on the field will continuously spawn 3 spiders. So the more eggs you have, the more spider spam you're gonna get, and it starts to get pretty insane once you start getting 6 eggs and stuff like that. It starts to get insane. So just be aware when you're doing this. You know, the first 5 minutes or so, it's just going to be trying to build up that egg supply. Make sure you don't destroy them. My wife's turrets there accidentally did, which is fine. This was kind of like a test run, and I thought, you know what, it has everything I need to explain stuff in the video. Why not just use it? We made a lot of mistakes in this, and we can definitely refine the run, but this was a test run. I forgot to repair some of my gear, so it gets pretty shredded up pretty quickly here. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start speeding up the run, and you can just see us just whizzing around shooting stuff, and if there's anything of relevance, I'll slow it down and commentate. So here I'm going to just talk about what's going on here. So my wife managed to fall down, which is quite easy when you have this many things running around. But what I'm doing here is I'm allowing them to sort of group up, and I have the lighter grenades, which are really fantastic. Definitely try them out. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use these grenades to just absolutely obliterate. You can see how many the spiders there are. It's insane. And you can see the amount of loot on the floor. And basically I'm just trying to thin out the numbers quickly, just so that I can try get a revive. Now I do have Blobby, and Blobby, this is definitely one of the fights. Even if you're gonna do it, Blobby is one of the things you kind of want to give you that sustain. So here I'm going to use Blobby, and hopefully the heal, but mainly just the fact that they had to go around would maybe give me enough time to do what I need to do. And I managed to actually get hit so much here that you can see my armor is just getting absolutely shredded because of all the hits I took trying to revive. So definitely when you're in this fight, do your absolute best to stay alive, especially if you have someone to come and revive you, because if they have to revive you with the amount of stuff that's out or can be out, it will absolutely obliterate your armor. Even if you're taking small chip damage, it's still taking a lot of durability off your armor, because, you know, I mean, how many things were hitting me there? About 10 or so. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's just something I wanted to highlight. So I just thought I would slow down here as well. And I just want you guys to take note of how much loot is on the ground. All the spiders that are coming out. It's just insane. This is practically, as long as you have durability on your armor, and you have the resources in terms of ammo and stuff, this is an infinite acid farm. Like, it's insane. Now there was only 2 of us here. Imagine you had 4 people. You would definitely be able to mow down stuff a lot better. The pressure on you, the player, is a lot less. If you had double the numbers, it would be easier to revive, so on and so forth. You can have someone reviving while someone's grenading. So here's something we're going to loot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go kill a lot of the eggs. We're going to thin out the numbers here, and basically just sort of start over with the process, and we do this whole thing again. So we destroyed some of the eggs, thin out the number, and you can see here the pressure is a lot less now, and that gives us the space that we need, where we're not having to shoot a bunch of stuff, to basically just loot up. And while we're looting, the spider queen is producing more eggs, and we're just rinsing and repeating this process. So I'm going to skip ahead now, because I think everyone kind of gets the idea, and I'm just going to talk about a couple more bits. So I wanted to show something very important here. Now, me and my wife here, we've been eliminated, and we've given up. And I want to show what happens when you die and you give up. So you have no lives left, so on and so forth. You spawn back in, the boss fight restarts, but all the spiders that were in the fight from before are still there, and all your loot is still there. So you can go grab all your loot and continue if you really wanted to. So even if you did have a full state, you were solo and you haven't got someone to revive you, you can still continue from where you left off. You're probably just going to have to get all the eggs back. No, actually, yeah, I can't remember if the eggs stay. I can't actually remember. I want to say they do, but I can't remember. Either way, it's really, you're not really losing much out of the fight, except for the boss gets its health back. So we're just going to loot up and end here, and I'll show you guys how much acid I got from this here in a second. And here you can see the loot table we have going. So 626 acid from a 30-minute buff, 30-minute grind. So I think we can definitely refine it. There was a little bit of faff going on, and we're still sort of testing the waters with this whole thing. I just sort of theory crafted it and went with it. So I think we can definitely push 1.2 to 1.3 thousand easily per hour. It's definitely an active grind. You're gonna need ammo. You can do this solo, because when you die you can obviously just continue fighting the boss, grabbing your loot, and so on and so forth, but it will slow the process, as I believe eggs have to be planted again or something like that. Either way, It's a pretty good grind in my opinion. If you guys have a better grind, definitely let people know. And that will conclude the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope the information was informative, and I hope you guys find grinding the acid in the spider boss something fun and enjoyable. It was definitely rough. I feel like if you had 4 people, it would be infinitely easier. Now you can manage the spider boss by shooting the eggs and sort of lessening the amount of little spiders coming at you, but we wanted to go full blast and just show how ridiculous it can get in there when you just wait about and stay alive and not shoot the boss. Either way, cheers all for joining, thanks all for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one.